Half it like and hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Turbine City. Last time we'd got past the 400,000 mark. We're developing this area up closer to the river. Gonna preempt the need for more zoning by getting in some more medium roads to sort of break up this big square. Then we can come back and get some smaller roads in about. Then we're gonna zone it again. In the meantime, I want to let this fill up first. This area that we've already got zoned. So we'll give them a chance to come in first. Our population growth is pretty good. We're almost up at the 410. And we'll go. So we're on our way. We've got a bit of a need for residential again, so we can get some more in. I don't think we're going to fit a small road down the middle of here. It's unlikely. So we could probably just go ahead and go with the high density stuff and fill up the square. Could probably get some more zoning in along the main roads as well before needing to go in about and add smaller roads. Along the large roads, we're not going to need to disturb them again by running a road through their house, so it's fairly safe there. Along the medium roads, the sooner the better, really. Get the roads in before people come in. I'm quite surprised we've got a road down there, but hey ho. We don't want to go all the way down to the rail track, obviously, because that's where it's going to start getting noisy. So we can just concentrate on this section just now. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hopefully, if we can get the needs sorted out between the industrial and the commercial, could be in line to get some more industrial further down, closer to the train line. More offices or something. We just have to sort of play it by ear. Wait to see what the game does. It has been going through these phases of the industrial, thinking that it doesn't have enough commercial to deliver products to. Then they all seem happy again after a while, so it's a strange sort of intermittent problem in the supply chain. Let's try to keep an eye on it and try not to overzone with commercial or industrial. Not that we're getting much of a need for industrial anyway. We've still got a few complaints that there's not enough tourists coming into the city. Again, we can add some more unique buildings to try and combat that before we resort to chopping the number of hotels we've got in the city. I've let it run, we're almost up to the 415. We're seeing these complaints again coming out of the industrial, that there's not enough customers, so we'll use up our demand for commercial by getting in some shops as close as possible, basically. So there's no problem delivering products from that area over to this one. Or there should be. No problem. We can get some housing in above. So these shops have all got workers. And if we want to continue our industrial across in that sort of block, we can. We are starting to see a slight demand come up for it again, but at the same time we have got buildings that are away to be abandoned because they don't have enough customers. So, pretty strange. I guess we have to wait for those buildings to be abandoned and demolished, and hope that a better factory moves in that that makes products that are more relevant to the shops that are nearby. Sometimes that's the way forward and things just sort of resolve themselves. Shops come and go, and then the ones that have the best relationship with the industrial close by, because they pair up in terms of the products they make and sell. It's been many times I've sort of had problems with the supply chain and sort of left things to evolve as they go, and some businesses and industry die out and they're replaced eventually by ones that stick around. So it's always tactics if it seems to get worse. It seems to be bad now, but it's been intermittent, so those icons will probably disappear again. If we've got truly too much industrial, we can fall back on putting in offices or IT cluster. Get another area painted in here for IT cluster buildings. It could be the case that they just want offices and they don't actually want industrial. For the last couple of times where they've given us an industrial demand and we've put in factories. Surely if we resist the urge to put in more factories, put in some IT buildings here, and the industrial that already exists will have more customers, just because we're putting in more commercial. Maybe that's the unbalance that we've created. Not enough offices. It's a very delicate balance. If we put in too many offices and no factories, there'll come a tipping point where there's not enough goods for the shops, then they'll all start complaining they don't have enough goods. And there's the disaster scenario where you have both things happening at the same time. You have the industrials saying that they don't have enough shops, and the shops saying they don't have enough industrial. I think at that point it requires a major rezoning to get everything switched up and connected and working and paired up again. So we'll see how it goes. We'll hopefully avoid the worst case scenarios. Be able to wrangle back in the balance, get the supply chain back under control. We'll get everything else covered for the meantime. The population growth's good. Hundreds of people coming in every cycle. So we're definitely going in the right direction. We'll just zone along these main roads and leave the bulk of it open in case we want to extend out with actual factories into the gap. As I say, we'll play it by ear. We've managed to level up our university. Got 4 new things to pop in the grounds, so we'll pop them in. Hopefully now that's the first step made, it'll be a faster ascent up the ranks all the way to prestigious. We'll see what we've got to pop in, see how big it is. Outdoor study's pretty big. Tucked in here and leave space along the road, just enough for zoning or a smaller building. See the cafeteria, yeah, it's perfect size. The gym in the cafeteria makes sense to have next to the sports stadiums, keep the athletes well fed and well trained. Make sure they're performing at the top of their ability. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till we get up to the next level, unlock all the rest of this stuff, and get the campus DLC stuff all done. Still need to wait for the Sailor Trail to level up to level 5. I think that's 4 stars at the moment. And that'll be the end of the Parklife stuff. So we're getting there. We've still got a few more unique buildings to play with. I think we might still have that one to unlock for the squares of farming industry. The way our industry is going at the moment, it's not great. It's not much of a call for our industrial squares, so let's see what we can do further down the line. I'm noticing a sickness icon down here. Some of these houses needing replaced with a healthcare building, I think. Yeah, where we've got high density commercial and the low density housing just back to back, they hate it. It's too much noise for them. Sometimes you can get away with it if there's a small gap, or there's a small gap with heavy trees anyway. But no, when you're having everything this close together, they don't really like the noise coming from the big shops. So we'll get a few things replaced. Weed out the 6 citizens one by one. Get rid of their noisy, horrible house. Get them moved to a more idyllic location. Let's fix this little bit of zoning. I think we've got slightly fewer problems with the industrial area. Just maybe balancing itself back out. Maybe this adding these offices is helping. We'll just have to let it go and see what happens. We're sort of at the mercy of the simulation and the demand. So give them a chance, get the demand back up. The demand's getting back up for commercial. So again, we want to be relatively close to the industrial. Try and make sure that they're valid customers. Get connected from the industrial area all the way up to the top, where we've got our main road of shopping. That can be the main road that all the trucks go up, delivering all the cargo and all the stuff for the shops. It's not perfectly straight. We've got a few missed squares. We can go back and get that sorted. We want to make sure we extend out our residential somewhere that we meet up. Connect up the areas so the power is equally spread out. And there's people moving in at the same time who need jobs. At the same time businesses are opening and need staff. Get this area filled up, this sort of column with a mixture of shops and houses. Try and block the noise away from the heavier stuff. At the ends of the roads where they're next door, if there's a problem, we can again come back and switch things up or replace a house with a public service building. Get a couple more roads in this space, I think. Use it better. We're easily going to get there pretty much in the squares that we've got. Might need to unlock one square maybe. If we want to get all the assets in, we're going to have to maybe unlock 2. That's before we get down to the harbour and get those assets in, so 3 more minimum squares before I can consider the city finished with all the assets in it, all the services available. But we'll see if we can get to the 500,000 first before we worry about that. The way things are filling up, it shouldn't be long. But yeah, I don't think we're going to need even 20 out of the 25 squares to get everything done. This area I sort of want to keep the housing away from the commercial. I'm wondering if that gap's enough. They're not going to complain about the noise. If we can get some trees in there maybe. And we'll pop it in and let it fly. See how they go. Gives us something to tweak and get the services better in the city. I'm sure we're a million more tweaks away from perfection. Well, we've lost a few people, but we've put in an academic work, we've got the attractiveness up, just need the people in, and then we can get another star up. Maybe next year. I'll let it run until the morning. Still getting a few complaints round about, but generally our zoning's filling up. Getting our demand up for commercial again, so time to pop some more of that in. We seem to have just one or two complaints coming out of the industrial down this end, so we can maybe get some commercial in across the road here. That's nice and close, but really we're handing them customers on a plate, doing everything we can to make it easy for them. Get some small roads in, get this broken up so we can get zoning it. Try and keep it sort of interesting. This can be where the old part of the city meets the new, and then we get back into the more straight boxes. Over the other side of the road we'll go with a simpler shape. A very simple grid. An OG battery. That'll be enough just to get some zoning in. Doesn't need to be too complicated an area. It's just sort of filling in the gap, this last little bit. Still got a little bit of zoning across the other side of the highway that I can see that we can get in. Yeah, we're almost done with these tiles. I suppose it's a question of how many people we can fit in, while still sort of respecting the demand and trying to keep everything balanced. We've still got plenty of opportunities for outside connections. We've got these rail tracks, and still haven't put in the international airport, so if we do unlock another square we'll have plenty of space that we can pop that in. That should raise the appeal of the city. If things are getting bad or we hit another plateau, could maybe use that as a secret weapon. Some of the things that we unlocked at Megalopolis but never put in. We've got the cargo hub that doubles with the cargo airport. That might help with our supply chain as well. We're not making any headway. It's a bit disappointing. Never mind, we'll get there eventually. Let's say we've got plenty of time to get up to prestigious. The growth rate's sort of slowing down, so can't see us getting up to the 500,000 without an opportunity to get through a couple more academic years. If we're sort of a level short, we'll throw everything at it and give out the grant and everything. But at this stage now, we'll just leave it to it. We've got everything turned on, giving it the best shot we can. Here we can just get in more residential and perhaps some commercial around the edges. Replace this bit with some high density residential, carry that along the main road, then we can have low density stuff coming off it. Yeah, we're getting there. We're managing to fit them in. We're not going to get close to the 450, but we managed to get past the 425 enough that ascension to 450 should be relatively straightforward next time. So I'm going to get this area in, get it filled up as best I can. I want to continue the commercial along the main road. Slightly dodgy zoning along here where the road's slightly wonky. That's fine, we'll get that sorted. I don't really have exceptional demand to get it filled in, but we'll do it now and then we'll be all set up that we can let it ride. See how they get on. Everything else is still good for them. And their water and their power. Getting a few more of the basic services. We'll get them in a few garbage incinerators. Make sure that we don't neglect any of the services and their coverage as we expand everything out. I'll hopefully keep up the appeal, keep people coming in as well. So yeah, we'll find a little space where we can tuck them in. Really small assets, so helps fill up any little gaps. I'll maybe do them for just now. Maybe fit in one more over here. So I've still got problems with the industrial. Hopefully maybe just a little bit more commercial in, get everything balanced out. And if not, we can change around some of the areas, sort of break things up so the chain is better fed. I'll get some more commercial in here. An extra few customers for that patch of industrial across the road. Hopefully we can get them stable. Maybe focus on individual little areas of industrial if we have to redevelop them. Our Sarah Trail has made it to level 5. We only get one building, a little boulder in sight. But hey, we've made it. This has completed all the Parklife DLC stuff. We can put in more parks if we want to, custom parks later on down the line. That's just got a full one of each. That's the main thing for what I consider a done city. So this space that we've got left over, set aside, get a few of these boulder in sight items in. Don't think we really need any more of the big sort of tent areas, the pre-made camping sites. I think we've got enough of that. Maybe just go back in with a few of the smaller assets, get them popped in, especially on this side where we've only got our bouldering sites. Sort of fill in a few of the gaps with some of the smaller items. Get a few more of these towers in. They're pretty good. You can get them on all the hills so people can climb up and get a good view out of the city. Not sure if that works in first person mode to click on someone who's up a tower, but can maybe check that out at the end, see if we can do that. Yeah, we're running out of time for the day. I'm going to keep popping in small assets. And we'll end the video and just come back next time and finish off getting all these little things in. Get some more little tents in rather than the big camping sites. So we'll come back next time and pick up where we left off. Until then, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.